Sup? Man, this last patch was big juicy. Let's go on and speed run it. If you enjoyed changes to your adventure in replacing your art key or quality of life UI changes that take 9 years to implement, feel free to check the description for more links on the full rundown. We'll be going over the new add-on system in full, and while most things from the patch will be covered here, there will be some stuff not included because it probably didn't matter to me. But first, in the event you're a new or returning player, there's a few upcoming and current events you should be aware about this holiday. Let's take a peek. During the Calthian Ball, Pearl Abyss will say thank you. The event starts Friday, December 15th and ends the next night. Here's the schedule. BDO is free until November 29th. I say free because $1 is free enough by keeping the bots and speed hackers from trickling in like last time. This month's Pearl Shop sale is bigger than it's ever been since the game's launch in 2014. This year's Black Friday and holiday events thus far have been unprecedented. For real though, look at the shop. Everything is doubled in value and cheap as dirt. There's plenty of new Gamba items to explode into building your next 300 stack. Also, buy this thing. Now for the meat. The entire skill add-on system was revamped. Someone at the office figured it'd be a good idea to hit the big red shiny button, making all 26 classes along with the 50 available skill kits feel like a Mack truck running a smart car. But we take those. As of November 22nd, 2023, all skill add-on effects have been unified across all tiers. Now, we'll find skill add-on tiers are discernible by their duration, which are determined by their respective tier. Basically, those usually 1 or 2 add-on effects we used to take. It's available on all add-ons now, hence the Mack truck. Skill add-on groups can be looked at as categories within the new system. We have a total of 6 groups or categories. Group 1, Offensive A, provides stat buffs such as plus extra AP against monsters, plus extra damage to humans, plus critical hit rate, plus attack and casting speed, plus movement speed, and plus all accuracy rate. Group 2, Offensive B, provides damage buffs being plus down attack damage, plus back attack damage, plus critical hit damage, and plus air attack damage. Group 3, Defensive, provides stat buffs for plus all DP and plus all evasion rate. Group 4, Debuff A, unfortunately provides stat debuffs for extra damage to humans, all DP, all evasion rate, and all accuracy rate. Group 5, Debuff B, unfortunately provides speed debuffs for attack and casting speed as well as movement speed. Group 6, Other effects. Think of these as our miscellaneous effects. Here we have bleeding damage, recover HP per hit, recover resource per hit, down smash, and air smash. The mana drain effect was removed too. No one used that thing anyway. A new standard for skill tiers was introduced. Looking at the old system, we had a series of tier 3 skill add-on effects we take for extra stat buffs, with the remaining lineup of tier 2 effects. Tier 1 effects were a thing too, but they always been pretty dookie. After the patch, tiers 1, 2, and 3 remain as groups, but have been buffed accordingly. Tier 1 is defined by if the cooldown is 5 seconds or below. Tier 2 by if the cooldown is over 5 seconds but below 13 seconds. And Tier 3 if the cooldown lasts 13 seconds or above. All skill add-on tiers are set according to the cooldown timer of the skill at max rank. If a skill has a prime version, the cooldown of the prime skill's max rank is taken into consideration for all variations of the skill. 1, 2, absolute, and so on. Now, skill add-on effect durations. Skill add-on effects uptimes were buffed in each group across all tiers. Essentially, the 1 or 2 beefy skills we used to take tier 3 effects with are now known as meat grinders, and they last longer. The same goes for tier 1 and 2 skills and reads as follows. Group 1, Offensive A. Stat buffs durations now last for 7, 12, and 20 seconds based on their appropriate tier level 1, 2, or 3. Group 2, Offensive B. Damage buffs last 5, 7, and 10 seconds. Group 3, Defensive. Stat buffs last for 10, 15, and 25 seconds. Group 4, Debuff A. Stack debuffs last for 7, 10, and 12 seconds. Group 5. Debuff B. Speed debuffs last for 4, 7, and 10 seconds. Group 6. Other effects. Starting with bleeding damage that went from 50, 100, and 150 bleeding damage per 3 seconds for a 15 seconds duration to now 100 bleeding damage per 3 seconds with a total duration of 9, 15, and 27 seconds. Down smash and air smash went from 10, 15, and 20% chances to now 15% chance on all tiers. Recover HP per hit was changed from 5, 10, and 15 HP per hit to now 10 HP per hit across all tiers. Recover mana per hit was 10, 20, and 30 mana per hit to now 20 mana per hit, again on all tiers. All skill add-on effects follow the same existing rules for how buffs and debuffs are applied. Identical effects are prioritized based on the length of their duration. Effects with longer durations must run out for those with shorter ones to be applied. Taking Suckline's Salpuri Purge for example, a tier 3 skill from group 1. When I smack a mob with Salp, those stat buffs can only be refreshed by Salp again when it's off cooldown, or another respective tier 3 skill under group 1. Due to this very reason, I'll no longer be smacking mobs with Salp because unfortunately Suckline, like most other classes, lack a second tier 3 skill from its respective group. And when I want those stat buffs back by using Salpuri, there will be situations I simply can't rebuff. Lastly, the skill add-ons effects and inherent or built-in effects as I call them can be applied at the same time. Another example being Suckline's Bleeding Hearts. Now that Prime Bleeding Hearts has become a skill after its 4 years in existence, we can stack its built-in or inherent 20 DP debuff with a now 20 DP add-ons debuff, rendering mobs till they become mummy dust. Take note, if you haven't yet logged in, your skill add-on settings and presets have been thrown to the void. That about wraps it up for the new add-on system. It's a good bite to chew through, but if you're still confused, check for timestamps and backtrack when necessary. The rest of this rundown is honorable mentions to top off this beast of a patch. In the next video, we'll cook some new add-on builds from multiple grind spots as well as touching on both capped and uncapped PvP setups for line post-patch. See you soon, kings, queens, and have a happy holiday. Boss Blitz was reworked to save your chair some salt. On screen is a list of the changes. The Crystal Market is saved. Take a look. That one guy by the docks, the one in the first land of the Morning Light Village, has some neat stuff now. Life skills are big. CP grinding toward a bigger and brighter worker empire is just around the corner. Corsair's Granny makes an appearance. She dropped some stuff. This book looked important, so it made the cut. The items from Mermaid Granny can be used to craft the giant Mono's riding crop, but for your boat. After its 2-year anniversary, the Garmouth Market is saved. Not the Dragon's anniversary. I'm celebrating my 2-year-long pre-order on a heart last October. Garmouth now offers a pity piece system as well. She was recently exposed to be a gold digger. Nuba became useful. The Blackstore crafting questline is easy now. I'll take their word for it. The 6 remaining PvP guilds can now confirm a head count on total members attending a no war or siege. After 30k plus hours of PvP, we can finally resurrect that fort when dying outside of zone during no wars and siege. There's a tag event going on. It costs 10 mil silver. Alestin from Delia has a reward for you after smacking enough mobs or training alchemy. There's a life buff till the 29th. If you're lazy, go fish on a seasoned character until PA changes this bait.